All right, guys. So we're gonna go meet with Mr. Yomashiro over at the dam. All right.
Alright.
Everyone good?
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're gonna take the highway, I think.
If I remember correctly, he should be down at that dock over there. Or no, he's right there. Never mind.
Hello, fellas.
Hey, what's going on, man? Appreciate you meeting us out here.
My associate's not in his correct state of mind, so just ignore him for now.
All
But,
right.
yeah, do you mind if you can bring, your second in command or whatever, but I'd like to talk in a more private place just down the road there, so. No offense to anybody.
Yeah, we could do that. All right, Tim. Actually, I'm gonna bring B also. Tim and B,
Alright.
you guys come with me. Rest of you guys just keep an eye out here.
Yes, sir.
Associate decided to come.
We need to keep them covered.
Sounds good.
I'm not gonna ask you what happened to that person right there.
Oh, don't worry about it.
Best
He
you
saw
don't.
something he shouldn't.
Beer's fine for y'all of it.
Good. All right, here. Let me get on this
So-
side of you.
So, I hope business is going well for you guys.
Yeah, I
No
mean,
payments due. Days.
yeah. Next payment's due in a couple days. The only thing is, so it looks like you may have told the wrong people about how much you're actually paying us, which is causing us some problems. Now,
Exactly.
I know you may have told them you've been paying us for 10 million, and I know we're not even near that. So that poses a little bit of a problem for me, if you get my drift. The people start asking questions with that amount of money moving around. There's certain people in this state that want to cut. So, unfortunately, because of that, those people already know, and I if we tell them you were lying, you're gonna lose any chance of getting anywhere in this state, because it's the right people who kind of run this joint, and nothing really goes by him.
Yeah. So about that, I told the loss that I was paying a certain amount to you guys. You know, now they're taxing me for everything I sell in Vespucci, and I'm having to pay them like way more than I'm paying you guys. I've heard rumors that they're wanting to take us out. Paid them a great deal of money.
Who wants to take you
Lost.
out? Lost wants to take you out?
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me if they want to take you guys out. Because I've heard, I mean, they don't respect us, even though they pretty much should. And I don't think you respect me, but, you know, we're lost. You know, they lack leadership. That's my big problem with them. It won't surprise me if they try taking us out, which I'm not worried about that. But I want to make sure you guys are safe, because, you know, they're crazy. They'll take anyone out who doesn't like doing.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm really not too concerned. You know, there's always targets on our back. I mean, if the Lost wants to take us out, then they're going to start a war.
Here's the thing. Why is your buddy aiming in? Or
What's that?
my question. Buddy over there on the little cliff was aiming his gun straight at my head. So I've kept tabs on the Lost, right? I've had people across the street in that little taxi place watch out on them. I even bugged one of their phones once, you know. Although it was a burner phone, I didn't realize, but I got a little bit of info off of it. Because I need to know how they operate, and looks like I have learned how they operate. I can tell when they're moving out, I can tell if they're moving, I can tell anything. What if there's a target on your back by them? I say, no. I guys have the bot, you know, the numbers.
Say this again. The wind's messing up my hearing here. Say this one more time about a target being on our back.
Lost are gonna, as soon as they see you guys doing better than them, which with the amount of guys you have, it won't surprise me if they try taking you out. They're smart when it comes to killing people, but you know, that's where the line ends for them.
Well, I mean,
We have the information on them. We know everything about them. We know as soon as they step outside of their door,
right.
like inside of their compound. We have people across the street. We bug their shit. I mean, you know, I like to keep tabs, and I'll admit it. I've had people watch out on your place. I haven't bugged any of you. I haven't had a reason to. Lost are a different story.
Well, I don't know
You
if
guys-
you necessarily want to go down that road with us, and we really have
You guys have a
no
lot of
interest in
bodies
being
and a
down
lot of
here.
guns.
We do, but we're smart about it. We fly under the radar. We don't need to flash our dick around and, you know, show who's the bigger, badder people. So look,
Lost.
between the Lost and us, I'll speak with Head, and I'll get this straightened out. Because if there's a problem, then he's going to cause a war. And I don't think he wants a war. But I'll straighten that out with him.
More. Hold on. Let me think for a sec. Okay. So, you know what? The Lost probably know about my intentions of taking them out. I'm not asking for you guys to, you know, show your dicks around on them, kill all of them. What I am requesting is that if I have an issue with them, that you guys are, how do
Well, let me just stop you
See-
before you say anything else. So the Lost and the Reapers have a working relationship. I feel we're kind of open. Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. But we work with each other. We're more or less allies. So if your plan is to hire us to take out the Lost, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen. Unless, of course, they start a war, and that's a different story.
Dang. Exactly when a meeting is going down between Ted and their contact, the one that runs the city. I don't know much about their contact, but I know what's taking place. So, all I request is that if I take Ted out, that allows you guys to move into the city, get what you need. That means you guys wave your dicks around without having to wave your dicks around. You guys can uproot the fucking city pretty much. The moment Head is dead, the moment the Lost fall apart. And I can have a man there with a sniper willing to risk his life for it in 2 minutes. It's no biggie to me.
Listen, I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but taking Head out is probably the wrong move on your part. Do what you want. I'm just telling you. They have a lot of connections, a lot of deep connections within the state. Deeper than what I can go.
Yes. Exactly. So, the Lost are the muscle for these connections pretty much. The moment the Lost disperse, they're going to be looking for more muscle. I mean, and you know who that gets in line? Yes. A lot more money coming in for you guys.
Well, look, like I told Head,
A lot more than you realize.
what happens in the city, that happens in the city. We don't want nothing to do with it. And we're, you know, that's no issues here. We're in the city. We're not moving into any kind of territory or anything like that, but we're in the city because it's the city. There's a lot more to do down here than there is up north. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm not going to tell you what you can and cannot do, but I could just strongly advise not to do what I think you're telling me you want to do. But look, man, it's your crew. You do what you want with them. I'm just telling you, I don't think it's a wise decision on your part.
Okay, let me tell you a bit more. Head has put multiple, quote-unquote, per se, restrictions on us. He's made it so that we can only have a certain amount of members. He's made it so that we can only launder so much money in a day. We can bring in as much money as a day, you know. And he's made us sell our properties in the area that we're paying him, like, a lot of money for.
I mean, no offense, man. I think that's a conversation you and Head got to have.
I had the conversation with him. No, he doesn't respect us. He doesn't respect you. He doesn't respect anyone. It's out of control.
Well, until it starts blowing over into Sandy or Polito, I'm really not concerned about it. I'll be honest with you.
Well, you know, if he's trying to root us out of Vespucci that we just paid him so much money for, what's going to stop him from taking out you guys and moving back up to Sandy? Because I've heard there's some well, I know there's some labs up there. I'll use them from you, but he will definitely try eventually.
Well, when that time comes,
He knows how to catch a person off guard.
That'll be our problem. We'll handle that accordingly. I appreciate you looking out.
And about the payment, how much money are you wanting for it?
Well, I mean, the 10 mil that you told him. I mean, we're not even touching that. You know, what are we at? 780,000. If that, it's less than $4 million a month. So the numbers you're throwing out there, it's sparking a lot of attention. And attention not from me, from various organizations around the state. I can only tell you, I wouldn't start throwing those numbers out there. That's just man to man. That's just a recommendation I have for you. However, because you already told them you're giving us 10 million, that causes a problem for us. Because now we have to pay. We have to kick it up the ladder a little bit. And 10 million versus what, 4 million would it come out to be roughly a month? Is that's quite a big hole there. So how are we going to make this right?
See, Ted was also wanting me to stop paying you guys so he gets more money. I
Look.
was planning on giving you guys more money because we were pulling in a lot more money than we thought we were going to pull in. I was going to up it up a bit so we could start operating in Toledo as well as Sandy as well for our little operations that we do. I was thinking about probably 1.5 million every 5 days instead of a week. A bit more income than giving you now.
1.5 every 5 days is what you're
5
saying?
days.
To operate up in Toledo?
Uh-huh. Now, Ted was wanting me to cut everything off with you and pay him more, because he thinks the city's more valuable.
Well,
You don't say any of this to Ted.
that's your call, man. I mean, whatever you think that city's worth, and that's what you got to pay. But the problem is, I don't care what Head tells you. Head has nothing to do with Sandy or Polito, as far as I'm concerned. That's ours. So, if you, well, how can I put this? If you, let's just put it this way. If you cut us out, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a huge problem. And it's going to be a lot of noise that you don't want to be a part of. I get the idea. I know what you guys are trying to do. I know what you guys are trying to do. I don't have a problem with it. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't affect us up in Sandy and Polito as of yet. But those city conversations, they got to be handled with Head. And anything that happens up in Sandy and Polito, you deal with us. I can't tell you who to side with. That's a decision you're going to have to make. But I can tell you we've got to make this right, because I got people breathing down my neck thinking I'm bringing in 10 million. You guys are giving us 10 million a month, which is nowhere close. So that's the problem I have. And my problem now becomes your problem, because you told Head how much we were making, or how much you elevated what you actually were paying us. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that kind of causes a problem. But look, between the city and you guys, you do what you want. I don't want nothing to do with it. That's between you and Head and whoever his people are. I can only advise you just to be careful when you're working with different organizations about the amount of money you're throwing out. Money talks, obviously, you guys know that. So a lot of people are finding out about you, and you want to fly under the radar as best as possible. So now people are thinking the Reapers are bringing in 10 mil a month from you guys, and I got to kick that up the ladder. Where am I going to come up with that money to kick it up the ladder without pulling it out of another business venture that we have? Which I'm not going to do. So basically what I'm saying is we got to up this cost. We got to up this price for us up north. Down south, you do what you want. That's a conversation you need to have with Head.
Well, I think this meeting will end here. Associate Dorn with the card, please. So you're wanting how much more money?
We got to fill that gap somewhere. There's $6 million that's outstanding a month that people are thinking you're going to bring in. Unless you're going to go back to head and say, hey, you know what? I lied. I'm not actually giving those guys 10 mil. And you're going to lose all credibility with him if you do that. See how that's a problem?
Yeah, I see how that's a problem.
So we were good
So,
up until that point when I got people breathing down my neck asking where their cut is. Everybody has to pay somebody. You know what I'm saying? It goes all the way up the food chain.
Yeah. I get
So
it.
I'm trying to have a working relationship, you know, and have what we do between us kept between us and not be spread around the city or the rest of the state.
Said something about earlier about how if I was to cut connections off with you, there'd be problems. That's what I want to know about a bit.
There's going to be
What do
problems
you mean by that?
for Sandy and Polito, I can tell you that.
Well, I can tell you now, we don't really use those properties. We came into the city and we wanted to get a part of it sorted out, build up connections with you. We're not using them.
I
We
mean,
have our own ways of making money down here in the city, and us saying that we have those up there is a way to make pulling a lot from the drug labs up there. Sure, there's probably people that run the city, Mr. Contact Man had that knows a lot more about that stuff than I do. Right now, I'm basically using Sandy as a front. I don't really tell people how I make my money because
so what are we going to do here? If you're saying you're cutting us out, this conversation's over, and you will be having a problem. If that's what you're saying.
I'm not trying to cut you out. I'm not saying I am. I'm saying that there is a problem. I'm going to be able to give you more. Right now, I'm barely able to pay what I said I'm paying you. Head is taking a lot of money from me, sucking us dry. Like
Well,
a cock.
Listen, I don't know why you gave him so much money to begin with. That's a mistake on your part.
See, Head runs a lot more than both know about. He can do anything.
Head has to
He
answer
got
to
like
people.
8 chargers and he has people to answer to, yeah, but I'm just saying, you guys may have a lot of guys, but he has a few people, and few people very good. I've done my research.
So throw a number out here so this conversation can be over and we can forget that even happened.
Getting out of hand with us. There's a number for what? How much I'm paying him or how much I can pay you?
I don't give a shit what you're paying him. That doesn't concern me. That's between you and him. What I'm saying is, if you want to continue to be up in Sandy and Polito, use it as a front, do it whatever, then something's got to give. That $780,000 is not going to work. Not when you're telling people you're giving us 10 mil. That number's way off.
Yeah, I know it is.
So I'm trying to avoid any backlash on you from those higher people that think you're moving that much money.
Truth be told, we are moving about 10 mil every week and a half. We get about that just from city homes. But most of it's going to other business ventures. A lot of it's going to 10% is going to you guys. or about 50% is going ahead. And then the rest, we have to put right back into the business. That's what we do.
Well, listen, like I said,
You see where I'm coming from, right?
I got you. Throw a number out here so everybody can be happy. And we go about our business. And you continue to do what you're going to do without us interfering. But that
So,
$10 million a month there's a big gap. So throw a number out.
let me, a lot of money, and it's very confusing.
I think your partner's getting impatient.
Give a fuck about what he's doing.
So much for that.
I operate. That right there, he's just another body. He ain't nothing.
Now you got to drive yourself.
Nah, that's probably the biggest part. Tell your buddy to stop aiming his fucking gun at me.
Well, you heard a shot go off.
Saw my man drop, not yours.
Hey, Bobby, put your weapon down, boss.
So, I hope that
Go
gives
ahead,
you,
put your weapon up for me, bro. You everything good. Just keep it at the ready though. Like, appreciate it.
$1 million every week.
And when's payday again?
Said Sunday last time we met.
I knew it was coming up. My memory's messed up. So, all right, we'll do it that way.
All right.
Go $1 million a week, and that'll be starting this weekend. A couple days, right?
Yep.
All right. Pleasure doing business with you, sir.
You. He's dead. Let him.
All right, good job, Bobby. Come on back to the bikes. Hey, Bobby, let Sherry know she can come down here.
I think the keys are on the dead guy.
Alright.
Oh well. Looks like I'm gonna go for a stroll today.
Alright, let's go to the ranch, guys. Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
So,
That dude's messy, man.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Gary,
That dude is messy. He's not going to be around here that often if he keeps acting that way. He's going to be locked up before you know it. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you guys are watching me on YouTube, make sure you check me out on Facebook. And if you all are watching me on Facebook, make sure you check me out on YouTube. Until the next one, I'll see you soon.